Hi guys, and welcome to another fragrance review. Today we do have two fragrances we're trying to explore together, um, and there are two niche fragrances. I will mostly review one, and then I will try to compare it with the other niche perfume. So that's the plan for today. We'll see how it goes. And by the way, this is the first ever fragrance review I have, face like with my face towards the camera and not just the voice behind the camera towards the perfume. So we'll try how it goes. This is still new, and yeah, it's a work in progress, and I don't want it to be perfect. It's I don't know. I like the intimacy of just like talking with you guys and sharing my thoughts and opinions about stuff. So yeah, we're going to do it um, in a like 10-15 minutes talk. I think not much more than that. So strap on and try to follow along. So the fragrance we are looking at today is from Memo. It is Ithaque. So this is the tester. I do have the tester bottle here. It's not that much. Sorry, my hands are quite bruised. I had a fall the other day with an electrical bike, or like a scooter bike, you know, this you ride with. So yeah, I do have the fresh spray on top here. I do have the dry down here. So let's before that, actually, let's read from the house themselves what they're trying to evoke in terms of the scent profile. So the name is Ithaque, or Ithaca, from Greece, where Odyssey, some people say Ulysses, but it is Odysseus. Depends on your tradition, and yeah, let's not get into it, but we're going to say Odysseus in this video. So, vibrant Odyssey, land in sight. The sea spray heckles the air, gives the energy necessary to complete the crossing. It needs the invigorating force, the inviting song of citrus fruits. Oils of Italian bergamot, bitter orange, and Italian mandarin. A first flight, tonic and green. The slight relief of the island becomes clear. With temperament and conviction, here are the spices and berries: black pepper oil from Madagascar, pink pepper, timid pepper from Nepal, and juniper berries. The emotional memory of the reunion to come is celebrated with fruits and flowers. Black currant bud absolute, red currant accord, and raspberry notes, and Egyptian jasmine absolute. The earth is firm again, and the joy of reconnecting with this vegetal and woody emotion that says homecoming. A rounder, more caressing feeling emerges. Cedarwood oil from Texas, patchouli from Indonesia, Ithaca at last. So that's from Memo themselves. Let's see what we get. So the listed notes, I do have it on my computer, are listed as the following. In the top notes, you have bergamot, you have mandarin orange, bitter orange, and then you have the three peppers listed: pink pepper, Sichuan pepper, and Madagascar pepper. Then we go to the middle notes: currant buds, red currants, juniper berries, raspberry, and Egyptian jasmine, or jasmine absolute. And in the base notes, we have Texas cedar and patchouli. So that's the notes. There you have it. Done. No. So this is I don't know why, but on the I think on Memo sites they mention fake in a way, and also the perfumer. I think the perfumer is let's see, what's the name of the perfume again? It's Marie-Pierre Julien. She mentioned that she loves working with almonds, and mentioned that in this perfume, which I don't. It's not a note listed. I can't really pick up some almond either, but she mentioned it, so perhaps there's something there. All right. It is a juicy, fresh, invigorating style of the fragrance. The bitter orange is quite present, and you also have the juiciness from the other, like bergamot and the mandarin. And sometimes I do pick up the mandarin quite well, and it's beautiful. But most often I don't, and I don't really know why I don't pick up the mandarin always. But the bitter orange drowns everything else. You just get this bitterness, and there is pepper. I kind of pick up the pepper as rounding out the bitter oranges, like rounding it to not become too bitter. But I don't get a lot of pepper. I know a lot of people online, they complain about it being too peppery. I don't get it in this case. When it dries down to the middle note, you can pick up a little bit of the raspberry and the currant beets, the red currant. I mean, the juicy but also bitter nature of it. Like it's sweet, but it's also bitter. You can almost taste it. It becomes a little bit not vegetable, but vegetal. It's like reminds me of like fruits and summer fruits and things you eat and drink in summertime that are fresh but also bitter. And it also has this juniper note that makes it aromatic and a little bit like powdery, because it has the jasmine, and jasmine is quite powdery. But it also has this tendency to almost appear musky, like a musky fragrance, but it's not. There's no musk listed here, but it kind of reminds me of Diptyque's Eau de Senses, Eau de Sense, Eau de Sense. Yeah, I think that's the right pronunciation. Which has this bitter orange, quite present, but also has this musky undertone. So you have like this fresh citruses, but it's also bitter orange, and then you have like a powdery or a more powdery base underneath the bitter oranges. And it's I kind of agree in the way of the storytelling of the perfume that it does do three things which could symbolize the journey of like an odyssey, like leaving to war, being in war, and venturing back again, and then meeting the life you left behind, like reconnecting, because it has this like the juicy bitter citruses, like almost like grapefruit, but it's more bitter oranges, and having a little bit of sourness to it, so it can feel like a little bit of like bo, like a sweat skin. Could remind you of that, like sweaty skin, but it's also fresh, and then it has like this little pepper just rounding it out, and then it goes to the middle notes. It becomes a little bit more jammy, but it has the jasmine and the juniper making it powdery again, and then it goes in the base of being grounded by the woodiness notes. So it has it's like three different sections playing together, and it's not one thing and the other. They work together, like three different parts, like the top, base, and the middle. They blend continuously, so I can get the way they're saying it's an odyssey, like it's traveling and reconnecting like with the base in some sense, like if that being Ithaca of getting home and like rounding it out. It is an interesting scent. I have to give it that, because I have the same with other scents. Like I don't love other scents, but I like it on other people because it has a oh, like a little. It's a little bit bittery, but it's fresh. It's interesting. It's unique. It has like this. Sometimes I can think of sweat, but I think that's my association with, for example, the bitter oranges. Perhaps that people have used perfumes with that, and then they've sweated a little bit. And I don't know, like every time I gone into a fragonage shop in France or a diptyque one, I can get like this feeling with bitter oranges that it can smell a little bit sweaty, like people not washing themselves and just putting on perfumes. But that's association I have to it. I'm not saying it smells like sweat, but I think some people I know, other, not just myself, that also experience it the same. Um, about the projection and longevity, it's not great. I'm sorry to say, that's my experience with Memo. They are another cheap house. They have some cool bottles, but like designs on their front, but the bottles are boring. The caps are not really that great. The sprayers are not really that great. The pricing is quite steep. I don't really have so much positive to say about Memo as a fragrance house in itself. But however, I have 2 cents. I'm quite, including this one. Come back to this one later. But if you want to try out things from the house, which I can recommend, it's. I'm not saying I'm loving the fragrances. I'm not, but I'm enjoying them. Are ocean leather. It's an interesting take on marine fragrances. It makes actually marine fragrance that are interesting. As I mentioned in my previous videos, I really like aquatic fragrances. I have a soft spot for them, but I also sometimes don't like them because it could turn eggish or like too much sea breeziness, so it becomes like the egg association becomes too strong. But ocean leather is beautiful. Really, you should check it out if you like. If you need a summer fragrance, it actually makes a marine fragrance that are interesting. Highly recommend checking it out. The other one is Inverness or Inverness, like the Scottish Highlands, not Highlands, but the area of Inverness. Inverness, I don't know how to pronounce it. That's actually a really good performer. The best performer I've tested from the house. It's like it doesn't it doesn't relax. It just keeps on going, and it's a beautiful scent. I don't know if it's a full body purchase from myself, but I do have a tester, and I will come back here and do a review of it. But it's a really good scent, from my experience now, and I've tested many from the house, and the rest is okay. I see they're good, but it's too expensive, and it's not good enough quality for the price, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. I know a lot of people love Memo. I don't. I haven't found that love for Memo yet. I think they're selling more IDs than actually good fragrances. That's my honest take. It's more about the branding and the storytelling and the bottles, perhaps, and it seems niche and exclusive and good, but the fragrances themselves are not really that great, and it's, yeah, unfortunately that's my take on it. But ocean leather and Inverness are two that I actually enjoy, and I also, yeah, there's actually one decent also that I liked. I think it was French Flower. It's a really nice rose fragrance, but the problem is you can get the same, like if you like rose perfumes, you can get a cheaper perfume, and in Diptyque's Eau Capitale, which is a beautiful rose patchouli combination with also a bergamot top note that makes it, you can wear it the whole year round. It's a beautiful fragrance. I will also review that. But back to Ithaque. I really like it, and I do get like I saw on a mention that someone said there's fig in it, which makes sense if it's Greek. And I do get like a fig note, but it's not listed. But I do get a fig note, and it's quite a good fig note as well. And I actually really enjoy this fragrance, and I need to test it out more. But the performance and longevity is not really that great. I've not tested it in hot weather yet, and I need to do that because often bitter oranges or bitter notes, it's like minus and minus becomes plus. So when it's bitter and it's out and it's hot and you're building up a sweat or heat from your skin, those turn beautifully often in those weather conditions. So I will have to check it out. We need better weather here in Scandinavia first, which is always a challenge. But actually, what one fragrance that it reminds me of, and I know perhaps I'm getting a lot of stick for this, is Diptyque Orphéon. Because they share 4 similar notes. They have juniper berries in it, as Ithaque has. It has jasmine in it, cedar, like the woodiness aspect also. And even though it's not listed here, there is something juicy here. Like perhaps a raspberry kind of association I get, but it's not listed. But it's juicy and fresh and has like this juiciness in the same way of Ithaque, I don't know, has it here. Because it's juicy, and both are powdery, so it's juicy, powdery, freshy, and then it's rounded out with the woodiness. This goes more dark. This is more signature scent leaning, because it's much better. Sorry, but it's better blended. It has a better performance, especially the projection is much better on this one. The longevity is also quite good. This one is, if you have it on your skin or if you have longer hair like I do, you can still get like whiffs on it when you're close to it, but you will not fill up a room. But still, if I were to rate this one from 1 to 10, I would actually give it a solid 6.5, because there's a lot of things going on here that is really good. And I'm going to get another tester and bring it on me on vacation this summer. Hopefully we get some more warm weather, because it is an interesting scent. I like the idea both of the picture they're trying to paint and also the scent, like it's summery, bitter oranges, like a burning fig kind of thing, and then you have the powdery notes from juniper and jasmine, and goes aromatic, and it's this like 3, as mentioned, things playing together makes it a really good fragrance. And I don't, if you bought this, you will not be I think you would like it, but if you would love it, that's up to you, because it's a really likable scent. It has a lot of good things going for it, but it's not spectacular. And not everything has to be spectacular, because most things are not spectacular, and that's where the beauty lies often. But highly recommend you checking out Ithaque. It doesn't get any mentions. There's almost no video of reviewing this fragrance on YouTube. I think I've seen 3 videos so far. Perhaps this will be the 4th. But please get yourself a tester, check it out. It could be a really good summer fragrance, but also year-round fragrance. But it also has its flaws, which I've talked about. And it reminds me strongly of Orphéon, and I wonder if someone of you get what I'm saying, like this, that they have a lot of the same notes and they do a lot of the same things. This is more powdery, fresh, sweet, and this is more like juicy, powdery, in a way. And this is, yeah, as I said, powdery fresh, sweet. This is bitter fresh, a little bit sweet and aromatic, but they remind me, and especially the, yeah, just check it out for yourself. Would love to hear your thoughts about it. And I think we're going to end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. See you in the next one. Bye.